Okay, let's move on to chapter 4. So chapter 4 has nothing much to teach. It's more about memory related questions. It's more about laws. Uh, it's concept, two important concepts that I will teach you. But apart from that, most of it talks about, the sections, the laws about the insurance. So chapter 4, we are going to see principles of insurance, part 1. Actually, the principles of insurance, we have many part. Uh, so we have around 6 principles. Am I audible? Loud and clear?
Yes, 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 sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So principles of insurance, we have actually six principles. And the 6 principles, out of the 6 principles, part of the principle we'll see in this chapter. And we will see the other principles in the next chapter. Principles of insurance, part 2. Okay, so the principle, 6 principles is utmost good faith, insurable interest, indemnity, subrogation, contribution, and proximity clause. So in this utmost good faith and insurable interest, we'll see in this chapter. The rest of these things we'll see in the next chapter. Okay, so there are two different insurance. One is all the insurance put together and marine insurance. Marine insurance one alone, it will have different rules because marine insurance formed first. It's the first insurance, formed worldwide. The other insurance and all formed later. So marine insurance will have its own laws and regulations because it is different. It is not like the internal insurance which we play within the country. So marine, they are going to sail between countries and continents to continents. So they have different business rules and regulations. So marine business comes under Marine Insurance Act. Other insurances come under common law. So utmost good faith. The other name is Ubirimi Fides. Ubirimi Fidei. It's a plural. Okay, so it is a Latin phrase. Ubirima Fidei means utmost good faith. Utmost good faith means you need to be very true to the insurance company. They want you to be true because if you say the truth, then only they can give you a insurance and they can trust you and they can, give a good claim when you are not there. So if you are going to lie to the insurance company, they cannot keep their promise and they cannot settle the claim because you already given some lies to the insurance company. So this is called utmost good faith. Ubirima fidei. You need to remember. They will ask what is Ubirima fidei means utmost good faith. That means, for example, if you're going for life insurance company, if they are asking about your habits, you need to say if you're a smoker, say you're a smoker. If you're an alcohol user, say you are an alcohol user. If you are going to hide this information and you are going to get insurance, and if something happens during claim, and if insurance company came to know that you are already a smoker and you have deceived that information during the proposal, they are not going to give insurance. They are not going to give the claim. Clear? So this is called utmost good faith or called Uberima Fidei. There are famous cases which related to this. 3 cases. You need to remember this. I don't think they are going to ask you questions related to this. One is Carter versus Boehm, insurance trust representation. So you need to keep back any facts. If you are going to hide any information, it is called fraud. That is what that case says. There is one more case, Rosanis Bowen. So they say you need to fully disclose all the information about you. You cannot hide anything. So if you know something about you, if you know you have diabetes, you need to say. If you know you have something health hypothyroidism, you need to say. You cannot hide this information from the insurance company. And they say material circumstances. Material circumstances is if some information is been hidden by you, and in this information, if the insurance company has known this information, they would have declined your policy or they would have changed the premium. Means that is called material. So that is called material fact. Not all facts that you are hiding is material. For example, that person one is going to apply a insurance company, apply a policy, life insurance policy, and he is telling everything about her. For example, she is saying she is a non-smoker, she is non-alcoholic, she has PCOD, and she is saying she has hypothyroidism, and she is saying that uh, she is uh, dark color, in the sense like uh, she is not fair, she is dark. So in this example, uh, a person who is dark or fair is not a material fact. Even if they are dark or fair, the insurance company is not going to discriminate them from this skin color. So whether you are dark or fair, if you are saying to that insurance company, it's not going to be a material fact. This is not material fact. So by knowing that, they are not going to change any premium for you. So if you have hypothyroidism and if you're hiding that from the insurance company, then that is called material fact. If insurance company known that you have hypothyroidism, that means they are going to charge additional premium from you. So when they are going to charge additional premium, and to avoid that, you are hiding that information from them, that is called material fact. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay. So we have, we'll go to the next section. Facts that insurer need not disclose. So guys, this is very dry subject. You need to go back and read and memorize. Okay. So what are the facts that insurance company need not disclose? So the proposed insured uh, can hide some information from the insurance company, or it is not hiding. It is not, they are not, no need to disclose those information to the insurance company. Even though they are not disclosing, that is not going to be treated as fraud, or they are not going to treat this as a material misrepresentation. What are those? Facts of law. Some laws like the public domain, some laws are available in the public domain. For example, beneficiary. So you are saying that beneficiary is your wife. So it is already known. By law, wife may be the beneficiary. It's not that you are going to prove that to the insurance company. Facts insurance company deemed to know. For example, you are saying like my house is built with wood. It is not concrete house. That means insurance company should know that you have used wood that has a risk of fire hazard. That they should know. It is not your duty so to tell it to them. Even if fire happens, my house will go down because it is built by wood. So it is not your duty to say that. Your duty is to say that it is built by wood or it is built by concrete. And you can say like I am from, for example, if you say um, I am from Pondicherry or Kadalur. So Pondicherry or Kadalur are easily every year they will get cyclone. So all cyclone will cross through Pondicherry or Kadalur. So when you say, if you are saying Pondicherry or Kadalur, the insurer should know that the weather in Pondicherry and Kadalur will be worse. Okay, so it's not your duty say every year my place will be affected by cyclone. It's not your duty. They need to find it out. Your duty is just to disclose your location. Facts which lessen the risk. Uh, so when you are doing regular exercise and if you are not disclosing that to the insurer, so it is a loss for you, not for the insurer. So when you are not disclosing a positive fact about yourself, you are not going to get a discount. So that is a benefit for the insurers. So they are not going to affect you. So this is depends on you whether you disclose about your exercise or not disclosing about your exercise. Facts noted in insurance survey. You are applied for an insurance and the insurance company is coming to a survey and they have done a pre-inspection survey to you in your home. Then whether you say about something or whether you don't say about something, it's not your duty. They already done an inspection and it is the duty of the insurance company to identify all the information related to the risk of that product. It is not your duty to disclose. For example, you are applying for a life insurance and they have done all the tests and it is their duty to interpret the test and identify the disease present in you. So if you are not disclosed anything and if they already done a test and they didn't identify something, it is not a material fact on your end. Then facts waived by insurance. For example, in a insurance form, they have asked a question whether you have diabetes or not, and you didn't fill that. You just left blank. The underwriter didn't ask any question about that. They would have asked question why this is blank, why you didn't fill. You need to say whether you have diabetes or not. You need to fill yes or no. They need to ask that question. If they are not asking that question, and if they have left blank, and if they are agreeing that, that means they have waived their right to contest the claim. Any questions so far? Okay. So section 45. So section 45 deals with the non-disclosure agreements. So even if you are saying lie, even if you are hiding some information, even if you are receiving some information from the insurance company, they can investigate and contest the claim only for 3 years. Contest in the sense, for example, you have diabetes and you have hidden this information from the insurance company. You have hidden this information from the insurance company and you have started paying the premium and they didn't identify that information. So that person one has died from diabetes in the 4th year after paying 4 years of premium. So the insurance company cannot reject the claim at 4th year. They should pay the claim at 4th year because the rules, the government rules, the law and regulation says, the section 45 of life insurance law says that you can contest only for 3 years. In the same example, if the patient has diabetes and he has, give me a second. And he has hidden that information, but after 2 years he had died. And the insurance company has identified that he has hidden this diabetes information from us. Yes, they can contest the claim and they can say, I'm not going to pay the claim because of fraud that the person has committed. So they can do only for 3 years. They can reject the claim for only 3 years. After 3 years, they cannot reject the claim. So the law that deals with this fraud is called Section 45. This is a very important question. They will ask, which law prevents the insurance company from contesting a claim within 3 years or after 3 years? It's called Section 45. Okay, health insurance moratorium. So moratorium, like like Section 45, we have moratorium for health insurance. So when you have a health insurance for 8 years, continuously for 8 years with the same insurance company, they cannot deny any type of claim after 8 years. They need to pay it. So this is called moratorium of health insurance. Okay. So void versus voidable contract. So both are similar but different language. Okay. Voidable contract. Voidable contract is you have applied insurance and they have given the insurance. After 1 year, the insurance company is identified that you have hidden some insurance from, you have hidden some health information from the insurance company. Then they are saying, they are writing a letter to you that you have hidden this information from me. So I am going to call this contract as void. That is canceling the contract. So when the insurance company is canceling the contract because the proposed insurer has done some fraud information, that is called voidable contract or void contract. So both are same but different terminologies. Okay, any questions so far? So the last part of the section we have insurable interest. Okay, so insurable interest is the second principle of the insurance. So insurable interest is so some person, if one person is applying insurance on other, they should have some interest. The interest is not the same interest that we are saying, like love interest or affection, not like that. Interest is they should have some financial justification. For example, a wife is applying an insurance on an husband, stating that if my husband dies, my husband is the only only breadwinner of my family. So he is earning from my family. So I am applying a life insurance on my husband. So when they are applying, they are saying, since he is the only breadwinner, if he dies, nobody is going to earn the income for our family. So my family is going to suffer a financial loss because of my husband's death. So I am going to apply insurance on my husband. So this is logically correct. This is called insurable interest. So they should have some financial loss. Then only they can apply a insurance on another person. Any question so far? This is very important and you should understand this. It has a big definition. You need to go and by heart that. And they are not going to ask any question about this definition. You understand the concept. So who can take insurance on whom? That is called insurable interest. Any questions? Okay. We are going to see different examples of who are going to take insurance on whom. First is ownership. Ownership means owner of the property. For example, I have a house. I am the owner of the property. I can take insurance on my house because if the house is getting demolished because of fire or flood, I am going to suffer a financial loss because I am the owner. So I can take insurance on my property. I cannot take insurance on the other's property. That is another example. So relationship, spouse. We already seen this example. A husband can take insurance on wife. Wife can take insurance on husband. Likewise, minor children take insurance on parents. Parents can take insurance on children if they are financially dependent. Bailment. Bailee has insurable interest on bailess property. That means like I'm signing a, I'm signing a bail for my friend. Then then the person can take insurance on me because if something happens for that person, my friend as well as me, somebody is going to uh, have financial loss. For example, I have pledged a jewelry. Pledged a jewelry means I have kept some jewelry. I have borrowed some jewelry and I kept the jewelry on bank for loan. So I have borrowed some jewelry from my friend. So I am the bailant. So my friend can take insurance on me because I died. Somebody, that amount can go to my friend so that he can withdraw that jewelry from that bank. Credit. Credit means loan. For example, if I am getting a housing loan from SBI bank on my house. So if I die, nobody is there to repay my loan to SBI. So they are going to seize my home and my family is going to suffer without their without that home. So I can take a insurance policy on my home, beneficiary as SBI. So anything happens to me, I'm not going to take housing loan. So I'm taking a life insurance loan on me, beneficiary has SBI. So they are the creditor. So if I die, that amount go to SBI so that the loan is getting closed. They are not going to seize my home. My family can live happily on the home. So this is called creditor insurance. Tenant. Tenant can take, they are insurable interest on the because of the agreements. So if I am letting out a property to some person and they are saying every year they are going to pay 1 lakh rupee to me. Now I can take insurance on them, because if that tenant is going to die, I'm not going to get 1 lakh rupee every month. So I can take that on the tenant. Employment. Key person, this is called key person employment. For example, I have a very important person, a manager, and manager taking care of all my business. If that person dies, there is nobody to take care of my business, and the business will go into loss. And to find another manager, it will take at least 1 year. So 1 year the business loss will be there. So as an employer, as a business owner, I can take insurance on that manager. So something happens to this manager, I will get some amount from the insurance company that will compensate the loss due to the manager's death. Partnership. If me and my friend together starting a business, if my partner died, if my friend died, that means, because of my partner's death, that share of the partner is, will be purchased by some other person. So I cannot let some other person to purchase that share. I should also have that much amount to purchase my friend's share, but I cannot have that much of amount. So to compensate that death, I can take a partnership insurance on the partners, so that anything happens to the partner, the insurance company will pay some 1 lakh or 2 lakh amount to me, so that I can use that amount to purchase the share of the deceased partner. Principal contractor. So this is also the same, where the contractor has the insurable interest on the property being constructed through, owned by the principal. Insurer. So the insurable interest, um, the insurer has the legal right on the insurable interest of that insured person. For example, the insurer versus reinsurer. So they have the legal right. So insurer can reinsure the insurance policy to the reinsurer. So that's why insurer has the legal right. So when the insurable interest should exist. So what they are saying is, okay, you are saying the insurable interest should be there. When the underwriter should check the insurable interest, whether they should check during the proposal of the policy, when they are applying for the policy, or when the claim happens, or it should happen throughout the policy. So it depends upon the product. For example, life insurance product, at the time of the proposal, the insurable interest should be there. Not necessary at the time of loss. This is very important. It's an exam question. Example, husband and wife applying for a life insurance. The underwriter checks whether they are husband and wife. Okay, so the underwriter says insurable interest is there. Good, I am giving insurance to you. Okay. So after few years, they are getting divorced. And maybe after 5 years, the husband dies. And at that time, they already got divorced. But still, the wife can claim the amount. Whether they are insured, whether they are divorced, whether they are not divorced. It's not necessary for the insurance company. At the time of loss, they will check only at the time of the proposal, not during the time of loss. Clear? This is for life insurance company. So non-life insurance company, except marine, it should happen at the time of loss. Very simple logic to remember. Take bike insurance. So, person A, let me take. I am purchasing a bike, and I am purchasing a bike along with a bike policy. Okay, two-wheeler policy. I am purchasing a two-wheeler policy for my bike. So the underwriter will not check whether, so will check whether I am the owner of the policy. That is one. Second thing is, they will also check at the time of loss. So it should exist at the time of proposal and as well as at the time of loss. So I should be the owner at the time of the proposal and at the time of loss. For example, the bike, I lost the bike after 5 years. At that time also, they will check whether still I am the owner. See, I was having that bike for 5 years. Maybe at the 6th year, I have sold the bike to someone else. That person has purchased the bike from me, and when he was using that, at that time he lost the bike. Now I cannot go and claim to the insurance company saying still that insurance is under my name, but I am not the owner, but you should pay. There is no logic at all. The person who already purchased transferred the name in the RC book from your name to that new person, new owner. So only new owner, although the policy will be in your name, but the bike is under the new person, new owner's name. So they will pay the insurance to the new owner, not the old owner. So for marine insurance, this must exist at the time of loss. Must exist at the time of loss, not at the time of proposal. So life insurance during the application, not during the claim. Non-life insurance, it should be applicable both at the application level and the claim level. For marine insurance, not at the application level, but it should be exist at the claim level. Any questions? This is very important. They will confuse and ask the question. Any questions? Okay, guys. I think I have taken 7 minutes extra. This little bit of additional information that I wanted to share uh, in both chapters, so it took a little bit long. If you have any questions, you can park it for the next session. We'll have the next session on next Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. And meanwhile, you can go and read your chapters. And if you have any question, you can email me, you can call me, and you can check for me on these questions anytime. I will try to upload this uh, recording video as well. Maybe we are trying to upload in the YouTube, and we'll share the link so that you can also go and check this recordings again and again for better understanding.